My bad. Hello. It don't matter if anybody comes on at night. You're probably all sleeping like you should be. No activity. Just awake. I should be sleeping. Like normal people. I have no idea why I even woke up. Hey, Sharon. What are you doing up? I figured I'd let you guys just sit here and listen to all the crickets. Put you to sleep. Yeah, me either. But I can't just lay in bed either. So I figure I'll sit out here for a while. It's beautiful out. Temperature's gone down. It's not blazing hot anymore. I just can't sleep. Too tired. Too tired to sleep. You know what that is, huh? Don't you hate when that happens? I hate when it happens. Anyways, it's all good. I just wish I could go to sleep. Nicer for me just to sit here. Not much to see. Got these stupid pallets in the way, the truck's in the way. I didn't tell anybody I was going to go live anyway. I just came home and got a bunch of stuff done from work and then just climbed into bed, passed out. Hey, Typical, what are you doing up so late, sweetie? Yeah, tomorrow's my only day off, so I planned on coming home. I don't really sleep when I'm at work, for 24 hours, so I come home and try to sleep for a little bit. Hey, Lurks. Crying? Why are you crying, sweetie? Are you okay, Typical? I don't like to hear anybody crying. You'll break my heart. Oh, sweetie, struggling's part of life. You just have to figure out what's more important. You can change things that you can change. You go ahead and do it. If you can't, you let them go. Life is pretty tough, but it's okay. You'll get through it. They have an old saying that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Well, that's not true. What is true is start putting your trust in the right place, sweetie. Let go of things that you can't change. Crying sometimes is pretty good. Helps you clear out all that stuff that's in your brain and your heart that you got to get rid of. God knows what we need. So I went through that last week. I went through my crying jag. Remember me telling you? Hey, Paradox, how are you? How have you been? I'm giving you a hug right now, Typical. I'm glad to hear that. Hey, guess what I found, guys? I found my flute. Ooh. Don't cry, Typical. You'll break my heart. Well, yeah, go ahead and cry. It's good for you. You'll be all right, sweetie. You know, one good thing about it is you can ask every single person in here. I promise you, every single person in here is struggling with something. Hey, Tim. Can't believe I just woke up. Well, I was out here before I laid down to take a nap. I was out here talking to these guys, and I got a what sounded like a wow. That's all I heard. Is it sounded like someone said wow, and that had nothing to do with what I was saying, so I don't get it. Then again, right now I'm not trusting a whole bunch about what I hear because we now have new neighbors in the back and their voices carry. So we got to be real careful what we consider Sasquatch out here and just the neighbors. I think by the tone of the voice we could tell who it is because I know what Peanut sounds like. And the only thing I've ever gotten out of Shembird is grunts or gruffs. Remember, it was Peanut that night that we were listening that was doing all the talking. And this was definitely a male voice, but it didn't sound like them. So I think it probably was the neighbors. But I watched a video last night, and those guys out there in Washington State, something expeditions, I can't remember what it's called. They had a really good video. And they did some things that I'd never heard of or never thought of doing before. They put up a game camera, and then probably about 50 feet in front of the game camera, they put these little stick pins that had colors, had reflectors on them. So that way, if something did walk by or eye shine or something, you would have an idea, because the game cam would, when it went off, it would see that reflector, and then that would give you an idea how tall the thing was. I thought that was pretty cool. Excuse me. Well, Tim, if it's nice enough tomorrow, I might. Because I'll tell you what, it's just been too bloody hot. It's been 100 degrees past couple days. I can't breathe out here. It's bad enough when I have to be out here to work, but no, go out, not go put, go out. Wake up, Tim. Hello, lurkers. How are you? Well, Jay made me a pot of coffee, so I'll sit out here for a while. I don't know. I hope I go to sleep maybe 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. So as soon as I get tired, I'll just get off of here and go to bed. I have my batteries ready for my recorder. Tomorrow I will go out pretty far out and hang it because that's all ready to go. My game camera, sorry, I still can't get the stupid thing to work. I would love to put that thing out for a while, you know, just to see even the deer or hog or whatever's out there. But I can't get a stupid thing to work, so there's something wrong with it. Yeah, I'm sure Martha's sleeping. Most normal people are sleeping right now. It's just us weirdos that stay up all night. But I really enjoy it out here at night. It's so quiet. This is my peace time. My time with the Lord, my time with myself. Self-reflection. Sometimes it's nice, sometimes it's not so nice. Search the game cam model. Oh, yeah, I did, Paradox. And it told me what to do, but it still didn't work. I set all the settings. That's actually what I did. Because it came with instructions and troubleshooting, but, it was kind of Greek to me. So I went online to YouTube. Yeah, I know, right, Sharon? I went on YouTube and I found the same game camera. And so I did everything he told me to do, including the troubleshooting. And then I went ahead and got the new batteries, put it in, and it lasted 5 minutes. It went on, everything looked good. I was standing right in front of it, so I knew it was recording. I set it out. When I got it the next day, it recorded for 5 minutes, and that was it. So maybe it's defective, I don't know. Or maybe I'm just dumb. Either that or the batteries were bad. Sometimes you can buy batteries and they're already dead. Yeah, it's irritating, Paradox, because that was the first time I could afford a game camera. It would figure. I finally had the money to buy something like that and it don't work. Whatever. C'est la vie, they say. Let me see if I can... Oh, come on, stay. That should be better. Oh, this is absolutely heaven to me. And I've been told by quite a few people that they can't stand the sound of the crickets. They like running water or fans or that kind of noise. Oh, these crickets will put me to sleep in a heartbeat. Oh, that video that I watched, here's what happened to this guy. Him and his buddy went up there into the woods where they've been going for quite a while. And I'm sorry, but I don't remember the guy's name. But he's sleeping in his tent and his buddy's in a tent next to him. And all of a sudden he hears footfall, right? And then, yeah, he is Tim. And then it gets real close to his tent. And then he feels a hand go underneath his tent, underneath his air mattress, and it lifts him up and he falls off of his air mattress. And then the thing stands up, it starts sniffing the air. Then it takes its hand and pushes the top of the tent down. And the guy's smartphone watch alarm went off, and I guess it scared it off. Well, when this thing tried to take off, it tripped over his tent, which drug him. And he said it freaked him the heck out. I said, that would me too. And then his buddy said, what's going on? And then that ended that, because he actually thought that was his buddy playing tricks on him. But nope, it was the big eyes. Can you imagine? Milk the cows. Yeah, whatever. I'm still trying to get everybody up at 5 o'clock in the morning, but... Do you remember the name of the video, Tim? I know, right, Paradox? I don't know if I'd laugh or scream. It depended. If I was here, I'd probably be laughing. But if I was someplace else, I'd probably be screaming. He's got some pretty different ideas about his research, which I kind of like. But he does do call blasting, although he said he doesn't do known, I don't remember the name. He said he doesn't do known Bigfoot calls because he got in trouble once by doing that. But he does other sounds, you know, like kids playing or girls screaming or, you know, I don't know, just a bunch of stuff. But he said he would never do calls again because he did the Sierra sounds, and he said he got a response back that did not sound too happy. So that was the last time he did it. Well, I don't do call blasting. I don't do tree knocking. And I talked to Wayne after the last live chat, and he said that these guys are shy. And I'm sure they are. It's rare to see them come out. Like I said, I haven't seen Chembert yet. Yeah, I kind of liked what I watched so far, Tim. I think they're, you know, I like how they do what they're doing. Well, with the exception of tree knocks. But look at how much woods they have, or look where they're at compared to me. I think tree knocking here would be a mistake, and I definitely wouldn't do call blasting because I have neighbors. But I wouldn't do that anyway because I'd be afraid of what I was actually saying. So it's fine by me just to sit here and do nothing. That way I get to talk to all you guys. And if we have activity, we do, and we don't. Stephen. Hello, Stephen. Welcome. Yeah. Well, I'm one of the lucky ones, Stephen, where I've never had a bad interaction. So if I ever had a bad interaction, I might be scared of them. But as God is my witness, if I was out there and one walked up behind me, I might stop and freak out for a second, but I'd be all right. I've been around them long enough. You can kind of pick up whether they're angry or not, or whether you got a bad one or not. And as long as I don't feel that, I feel pretty safe, pretty comfortable. I can sit out here in the middle of the night all night long, no lights on, listen to them run all over the place, and I'm not afraid. Because they've never done anything to me, well, except for Boo. You know, Boo is a brat, and he scared me enough. Not the point of fear that I wouldn't go back out, but, you know, just childlike fear. You know, they walk up behind you and go, Boo. Yeah, they did, Tim. And that's another thing, too. You know, I don't think I want to go in places, although here in southeast Oklahoma, hey, Pammy, southeast Oklahoma, there is a hub here of missing that is on that missing 411 map. Did you know that? And I didn't realize that until I went to David Paulides and saw his map. I was like, oh, snap. Oh, Pammy, you were here in the beginning. Do you remember the video in Findlay where Lizzie and I were walking and Booze come up behind me? Lizzie freaked out and we went back in. Yeah, his favorite thing to do is kind of scary. He'd get really close, making noise. You know, I mean, it's completely quiet out there and you're all into what you're doing. And then all of a sudden, you know, he scares you. Or when he jumped off that tree limb and busted it, yeah, that scared me. We call them DM here, Stephen. And I don't have any opinion about them whatsoever. Except for I think that they're genetically modified creatures. Other than that, I have no opinion. I'm really pretty close to a hot spot of activity. Don't apologize, hon. We call them that because I don't want to say their names. We are... Yeah, that's true, Lurks. We're not very far from a very, very, very hotbed area that a lot of people have had DM sightings. So, if anybody is going to have a DM sighting, it'll probably be us. Because I'm seriously not very far. I mean, as the crow flies, I don't even think it's 10 miles. Yeah, I'm not worried about them either, because I've heard tell people say that when they came across them that they just started praying and they took off. And if that's the truth, no, we know that, Pammy. Don't worry about it, hon. I don't think man should even be I don't even think the word man should be included in that creature. I think they should come up with a different name. But you know that video that's going around all over the place about the creature they found in Texas? Well, if you look at that picture, look at how the legs are, and then look what's on top. I mean, I don't know. Just my opinion, I think that's a hoax video. I think it's a hoax. Although they do have a video that they're not showing. Apparently, they do actually have a video of it. But to me, the legs are too skinny and they don't have hocks. You know, like the classic DM sightings where their legs are backwards like dogs. It does. Yeah, the one behind the fence. It looks like a guy that has one of those, you know, like a, a hard suit costume that you take off and set on a shelf someplace. That's what it kind of looks like. It almost looks like it goes down to his waist. It's something he put on top of him. The whole thing doesn't make any sense. And you can crop. Oh, really, Tim? Have you ever seen one? I don't know. It's just my personal opinion. I could be totally wrong because usually I am, but I just don't think that one's real. I think it's a fake. Go back and look and see how the legs, look how the legs are. It doesn't even look natural how it's walking. But don't take my word for it. Your opinion's your opinion, and that's fine. You know, if you have another opinion, go ahead and tell me. I just personally, I don't think it's real. Yeah, to me, it looks like a costume, Stephen. But they did say in the interviews, not the interviews, when they, in the comments, if you read it, someone did say that they actually have a video of it. It was taken around the zoo where there's a lot of animals that have gone missing. But I don't know, something just doesn't add up, that's all. Uh-oh, someone's irritating my ducks. I swear there was a snake in the cage tonight. Hear him? Oh, never mind, I hear my son. Yeah, I hear my son talking. Yeah, they love him. Okay. Well, at least I know what that is. You know, it just, like I said, if you zoom into that one picture, if you stop it or even go slow and you zoom in, it almost looks like a headdress, like something they just put over their heads. Nothing makes sense. The arm length doesn't make sense. The way the legs are shaped doesn't make sense. So I know there's another creature that they're trying to say it might be. I don't know anything about those. You know, they're very prominent in New Mexico, if that helps you to know what they are. A lot of Native Americans talk about them, shapeshifters and stuff like that. But I know nothing about it. I am completely clueless. And I'm being told by people that I should stop doing the live chats late at night because I'm putting myself in danger. Well, I feel very comfortable out here. And if that's the case, hey, Southern, how are you? So, Stephen, do you have any opinions about the other cryptids? Or have you ever had a sighting? I know, I heard him. I don't know. You're okay, typical, honey, as long as you're here. They think I'm in danger of the cryptids, you know, of being out here with the big guys or any of the other cryptids that are out here. Or bears or cougars, but, you know, I told you. You don't think there's any big guys in Massachusetts? There is. Yeah, you know, there's, like I said, I get emails after my live chats from people that don't usually, they're lurkers. And I will get an earful once in a while. And I just got an earful of somebody telling me that I should think about my family and not put myself in a position where I'd be another 411. And I don't think I'm in danger of that. Like I said, I think I'm fairly protected. Yeah, I don't know of anybody, Stephen. I haven't heard. Of course, I wasn't really paying attention because I don't get into the whole DM thing, you know. But I know if you listen to Vic Cundiff, when I was doing the Bigfoot channel with him, I don't know, Pammy, good possibility. But anyway, there were people up in that location that were having DM sightings, and some of them pretty, terrifying. But I just don't know what to tell you. Tim, be quiet. You're so bad. You're bad even at 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't, I thank them for their concern. And I really, but I'm not scared. Hey, Flat Rock. I'm really not scared. Like I said, I might be stupid, but I'm not scared of being out here. I know Boo protected me up there in Findlay, but here, look, I haven't had the big cat around here anymore. No more prints have been found. I know the bear's been around, but I'm pretty sure these guys are protecting because this is their area. So they're not just protecting me, they're protecting their area. Here comes the yotes. No, actually, they're pretty far away. You can kind of hear them. What are you watching, Tim? Well, Stephen, you might have local enthusiasts, or you might have local Bigfoot researchers or something like that. I hate to use the word Bigfoot, but just look around your neighborhood and see, or your area, and see if you have any. Then you can kind of get in touch with them and find out what they've got. But I know, I can tell you, there's there's not one state that we haven't heard from, except for Hawaii. What are you up to, Flat Rock? Excuse me. Or if you want to know if they are around your area, find yourself a nice little, I don't know, maybe a national park or something, and go sit in it, especially until closing time. Make it a habit. Do it a couple times a week. Just sit there. Good night. Love you too. Because if they're around, they're going to be curious. And if you do it constantly, because they love Christmas in July. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me, Tim? if they're around, Stephen, they'll be curious enough to come in, especially because they love consistency. If you show up like Tuesdays and Thursdays every single week, you'll start getting some activity. Because then you won't be just somebody that came and gone. You'll be consistent, and that's what they like. Yeah, I got on here late because I went to sleep, but you know, I promised you guys I'd go live every chance I got. And I figured, well, it's late, but if nobody even comes on, I'll sit here and just listen. This is what I do anyway when I can't sleep, because I love this sound. I need to move that stupid truck. Can you guys see all the way to the right, the red? That's the taillights of my truck. But you are directly facing Peanut's favorite area, so if she does show up tonight, that's where you'll see her. And something else that guy said, Tim, that whoever that is, Midwest, or whatever you said it was, those guys up there. Another thing that I like that they do, you know, is they go out and they just sit and do nothing. They just, you know, like we're doing, they just sit and do nothing. They don't put game cameras out once in a while or recorders. They just sit. And I really like that. That's exactly what I do. But he did say that when they whistle, there's more than one and they whistle to talk to each other. Well, we get a lot of whistles around here. Yep, Peanut. I would love to say that one of these days I can introduce you guys. So anyways, tonight I got the flute out and I started playing it. And I think before I go live every night that I do, I think I'll go ahead and play the flute and see. Or I can take the flute out and put it next to the recorder hanging someplace and see if they play with it. I think would be really good to do is a combination. Go ahead and play the flute a little bit and then take it out there in the woods and put it next to the recorder and see if they play with it. Do you remember, did you guys watch Lisa's video after she came to visit? When I put the flute outside and that morning she heard the flute clear as day. That freaked that poor girl out. Oh, hush. I just meant, you know, making some sounds on it. I might just do it to irritate you, Tim. It's better than me singing. Oh, beautiful day. Morning's gonna come quickly. Thank God I have tomorrow off. We're actually gonna be in the 80s a couple days this week. I can't wait. Yada hey. Yada hey. Oh, you repeated yourself. Haha, caught you. So what's your opinion, Stephen, about DM or Sasquatch or any other cryptid? Yeah, what was the temperature there? I know I caught myself. I keep saying that it's not even summer yet. Well, it is summer, so I should stop saying that, huh? '88. Oh, I'll take 88. They said the heat index was 108 today. It was so blasted hot, you didn't even want to move. Yeah, I know. Isn't that right, Flat Rock? But listen, do you guys remember last year? We couldn't wait until the temperature, because it was so cold, we couldn't wait for spring and summer. Now summer's here. We can't wait for fall and winter to get here. We are never satisfied, are we? How hot is it there, typical? It'd be okay if there was a nice breeze, but geez, I mean, I'm talking stagnant air. Well, that's normal, Stephen. You know, my family knew I wouldn't lie to them. That's the only reason that they believed me when I told them about my face-to-face encounters. Yeah, same here, typical. They know I won't lie to them, so they kind of didn't have a choice but to believe me, but they all were skeptical. And I took the grandkids up, and they became believers or knowers because they saw them. And I mean, even my grandson hid on the floor of the RV, the camper, because you could hear them outside, and that just wigged him out. But Lizzie and I have had plenty of encounters. My son has, he knows that he has heard them walking on the deck of the old house, you know, too heavy to be a person. He's seen shadows. He's heard the howls. You know, my daughter-in-law has heard them. She's had, you know, things thrown or, you know, noises. There's all kinds of stuff that you can hear, but face-to-face encounters has only happened to me. And my one grandson at a friend's house when we were living in Arkansas, he was staying with a friend of his, and they went outside. They heard some crashing noises and some other noises, and they went inside and they told their dad, and their dad came out, told them to get in the house, went outside and just started shooting. And when he came in, he made the mistake of saying to the kids, you know, well, they're out there, so you just stay in the house. When they tried to ask him what's out there, he wouldn't say anything. So he knew that they were out there. And all he would do is go out and shoot his gun a couple of times to tell them to go away. He never would tell them what he knew. Never. So that even made my grandson a little bit more interested. But of course now he's, you know, he's old enough where all that's done and girls are more important, so. Yeah, I've had 2 face-to-face encounters, Stephen. I mean, literally face-to-face encounters. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was fun. I think it is, too. I think people should know, especially if they have children. I mean, not that the big guys would eat them or something, but what happens if they're curious enough to take them for a while to play? You never know. I mean, you just never know. I've had a whole bunch of encounters, just only 2 face-to-faces. And don't forget what I told you, typical. You got to make sure, right, Stephen? You got to make sure, typical, that you tell people about it, because it can play on your nerves. You know, you have to let it out. You have to tell people. Even if you're not scared, it does something once you see these guys, because it's not normal. And it can start to get to you kind of like a PTSD thing. You need to tell people. Even if they don't believe you, you still need to tell them. You need to talk about it. It's much healthier, hon, I promise you. Write your story and send it into one of those places that'll read it for you. You know, so you can hear it. Was it an angry Sasquatch, or was it a bad encounter, or a decent one, Flat Rock? I think all of them can be really scary, but Your brain can't wrap around something you can't compare it to. No place to put that, you know? Got to make up a whole new place in your brain for this kind of stuff. And it changes you. Good possibility, Stephen. You know, a lot of people are afraid of the unknown. And there are those that make fun of it, especially newscast people. They get the biggest kick out of that. But I promise you, they won't go in the woods. They probably never spent a day in the woods in their life. They wouldn't know what an owl sounded like. I'm not being mean. I'm really serious. If they heard a bobcat scream or even a fox, they wouldn't know what it was. I can't, fault them for that, but it's easy for them to make fun of something that they know nothing about. Because it's not funny. Yeah, I know. Well, that's pretty close, Flat Rock. Was it, like I said, was it intimidating? Was it mad? Hey, Brown, how are you? I've been watching your videos lately. Well, lately, meaning yesterday and today. It just keeps popping up on my suggested, which is good. Uh-oh. I'm doing fine, Brown, thank you. And I'm glad to hear you're doing well. Leo's growling. You'll have to call in, Flat Rock, and tell your story if you want to. People love hearing other people's stories on here. Well, yeah, Pammy, you can open up a can of worms if you pay attention to them. And more people that are having sightings close to their home, they're now being followed home. You just gotta understand that sometimes they're just gonna do that. They will follow you home. They know that you know that they're there, and they might be interested enough to follow you to your door. I don't care if you live in the city or not. Way too many people have put their stories in talking about living in the city and these things showing up. You can either discount it or believe it. I have a tendency to, give people the benefit of the doubt. There are some stories where people contradict themselves all the time, and you can tell the difference. But most of the time, the people that tell their stories, there's such a conviction there in their voice. Either you can hear the fear in their voice or the apprehension. But you kind of know once someone's had an encounter that they've had an encounter. It changes you, like I said. There's something you can pick up on when you're listening to people tell their stories. I'd hate to call anyone a liar. You never know what people run into. People are saying they're seeing pterodactyls and goatmen and all these other cryptids and stuff. Who knows? I understand, Flat Rock. I really do. Like I said, you got to wrap your head around it first. I agree, Sharon. But you can get a little bit too rambunctious and, or not that, you can get a little bit too curious and they're not ready for it, and that's when people have some bad encounters. They are in control. They're the ones that dictate whether they want interaction with you or not, so unless you see them by accident. But most of the time you go out into their front yard and they're going to get angry. They don't mind coming to see you, but they don't want you in their territory. And I can't blame them for that either. I'll walk out in the woods, you know, once in a while, but I let them know I'm coming. And I am armed when I go out there because there's other things besides them. Hi, Shane. I'm hearing more and more new encounters from people that call in or write in to other channels and tell their stories that they had been going to a certain location for a long period of time, and all of a sudden the activity starts at their house. They're knocking on the windows, or they're throwing rocks, or they're leaving them gifts. They want that interaction. There's something about that person that Sasquatch wants to get more, you know, get more information about, I guess. Or they're just so curious. But I think they really do pick and choose, you know, who they want to spend time with. I just really wish there was a way to communicate. You know, I can't do the mind speak thing because my brain's not going to allow me to listen to anything but the Lord, but I really wish that they would do a little bit more. A velociraptor? Where, typical? I will tell you all right now, there is a company, unnamed company, that is actually trying to use DNA like the movie Jurassic Park and bring back some old dinosaur type things. Boy, this is just getting stranger and stranger, this world is. I think that by the time they're done throwing all this garbage at us, we will have a zombie apocalypse because everybody's brains will be mush. Oh, he's growling again. Oop, there he goes. Okay, Flat Rock. If you go to my About page, hon, it has my email address in it. Because if I tell you it on here, well, and you can, it's EMT, like an EMT, emergency medical technician, DEE04@yahoo.com. Good grief, Pammy. You know, the only reason they follow you home might not be for good intentions either. So I agree that you have to have you have to have some common sense and think about how they're responding to you. If it's a negative, you got to find a way of getting rid of them so they don't come back. Yeah, I miss Boo too, Shane. But like I said, if my boss, once she moves, if she allows me to do live chats out there at night, oh my goodness, Boo is less than 5 miles away from her, where Boo used to be anyway. And I will go out and call him too. I would love to see him again. I really, really miss that interaction that we had. I'd been with Boo for what now, going on, how many years is it? Good grief. 2014? Oh my gosh, guys, time's flying. I tell everybody I've been doing this for 5 years. Oh boy. Well, that's not good, Pammy. You either need to tell them to quit and be nice, or you need to just start ignoring them and not paying attention. You have rogues and you have rotten teenage kids, so their idea of fun and ours are a little bit different. I'm really hoping, Shane, that I can start the same type of interaction here that I had with Boo. No, EMT. EMTDEE04 at yahoo.com. Hey, Deb. Yep, EMT, firefighter, and then nurse. And then crazy Sasquatch lady. I'm one of those people that's kind of like jack of all trades, master of none. I think I've worked in just about every place there's possible to work. No, I haven't, but still. I've got such a wild array of jobs. I didn't see that, Sharon. I don't have any moderators on here tonight, do I? I think I'll have to run in the house real quick and make somebody a moderator in case we have those nutcases back on tonight. Jeez. Seems like the more live chats I'm doing at night, the more crazy people are coming on. Oh no, Tim's a moderator. Hello, Pat, how are you? Yeah, I can't stand I don't know how they're allowed to do that. I was told they're bots, but I don't understand how they're allowed to do that. I think it's disgusting. And some of the commercials in between watching videos are downright disgusting. I've even wrote to YouTube a couple of times and asked them how they can allow that. They're sick. Now, isn't this peaceful, guys? I could just fall asleep. Hey, Chris. That's right. Oh, I agree, Brown. I totally agree. Remember, I said I believe that they are guardians, and I've been told that they will come out in droves right before something bad happens. And people are seeing them left and right. And they seem to have no problem showing themselves. So a lot more are being seen. I think it's just, I don't know if the activity has upgraded or just the fact that now people are paying more attention. Typical needs a hug. I'm gonna go and make me a cup of coffee. I'm gonna leave y'all out here for a minute. How you doing, Chris? Do you guys remember me telling you what happened at Robert Dodson's property? How they got that property or why they did? Oh. Well, the people that were originally had bought that property where Robert Dodson ended up, they had, I guess they had purchased the property and brought they had brought their ATV and they built a shed, a portable building there. Yeah, Robert Dodson. And when the people came back, their ATV was up in a tree and they immediately backed out. I think I would have too. Can you imagine your ATV being up in a tree? Well, that's where they found it, so they backed out and didn't buy it, and that's when friends of Robert bought it. That's the truth. It's the gospel truth, Stephen. And that's when the guys bought it and put Robert on the property because Robert had so much activity in Texas, but things started going bad there. So he ended up there in, it was right on the border between Arkansas and Oklahoma, in Mena, Arkansas. And I'd been to his property quite a bit, but it was funny. He even showed me the tree where the ATV was stuck in. And that is the truth. I mean, absolutely. It's not a, yeah, I know. Breaks my heart. I got to see him before he passed, though. Oh, yeah, I've been there plenty of times. And I know he had some DM activity there. You guys remember that video that he did where he came running back from the woods? He was all completely tore up. His arms were bloody. You know, he went down there and ended up in an area that he was surrounded by them. Yeah, I miss Robert too. I miss Kevin. I miss Robert. I miss a lot of people that have passed away in the Sasquatch community. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not on TikTok. I'll just stay on YouTube, but yeah, I've been trying to catch up on your videos, Brown. And I like the way you titled them too. It's pretty good. Anyways, I'm gonna go get me a cup of coffee, guys. I'll be right back. Yeah, he was brave, I'll tell you that. Dumb, but brave. I would never have done some of the stuff that man did. Jeez. Yeah, me too, Pammy. All right, I'll be right back. Oh. Coffee, 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 coffee. So how's things going out there, Brown? Are you out with anybody or are you going out by yourself? Oh, I know, Lurk's lad. It broke me up. Tore me apart. He was supposed to be at my house that weekend that he passed away. I just couldn't stop crying. And I think the worst part about it is how he passed. I was so angry. I mean, I wanted to go up there and I just wanted to knock his nurse out. Yeah, we had a lot of great times together, and we had a lot of activity when he was there. They loved him. Mr. Bubbleship. Oh, really? You know I don't do the paranormal stuff. That just makes me crazy. I stay as far away from that as I can. This pea brain of mine can only handle so much. Well, I guess you would call Sasquatch paranormal also in a way, but because there's so much we don't know about them, and people are talking about all this other stuff like portals and mind speak and them healing. I mean, I don't know if any of that's true. I've never experienced any of that stuff, so I can't say anything about it. I am pretty sure that, and I've never said, you know, I told you guys I didn't believe in them before, but I believe that light that shows up on my property every once in a while there's no other explanation. I think it's got to be a portal. Yeah, that's what I meant, Brown. I think it's kind of paranormal in a way. But the other stuff I don't want nothing to do with. You know, using the EVPs or those little monitor things I just can't do any of that. I know you guys can't handle it when I get on here and cry anyway. I'm usually so happy for me to cry, and I don't cry very often, but when I do. Well, that's true, Chris. Good night, Sharon. God bless you, hon. Yeah, I heard that, Pat. Chrissy said that. Yep. Absolutely, Brown. But what do you think the orbs are, Brown? Do you agree with the native tribes that they are the Sasquatch spirits? Do you believe that? Yeah, there's, I've had quite a lot. I spoke to a medicine man when I was in Honaby, and he said that he believes that they are the spirits of the Sasquatch, and that's how they can come and go. E.T. phone home. Well, I have never seen an orb here. The only orb I've ever seen was in Honaby, but I don't know that. I don't know. Oh, that was nice. Spoke highly of me, Pat? Or are you talking about Brown? Well, if they are spirits and that's how they get around, that's kind of creepy. But I really hope one of these nights that we're live that you guys see that light. It is phenomenal. It is freaky, and there's nobody there. And how it pops up is what's freaky about it. It looks like they're at the top. Yeah, I know, Shane. I know all those people you were talking about. They're good people. Yeah, I agree, Chris. That's why I don't mind being called clueless, you know, because my brain could only handle so much. How long ago was that video, Brown? Yeah, isn't that weird, Southern? You're not the only one that said that either. Good night, Typical. God bless you, sweetie. I hope you rest well. We'll be praying for you, hon. Smile. Things will get better. You'll be all right. I just heard stick break. I'm sure I watched that one already. How are things going for you, Pat? There was a lot of people that showed up at the Fouke Festival. I couldn't go, but... Agree, Chris. Some things we're supposed to know and sometimes we're not. The Saratoga, what? Say that again? Oh, good, Pat. Say that again, Texas. Copy paste. Maybe I'll get to read it. Oh, really? Yeah. It'd be nice to do another Fouke campout. Oh, I'm sure you did, Southern. Oh, really? Where's Saratoga? I mean, there's a Saratoga in Florida. I mean, there's a couple of places that have Saratoga. So where is it at? And I've never heard of that. Oh. Oh, wow. I think Big Thicket is someplace I want to go. But if we do another Fouke get-together, we're going to have to do it a different time of the year. I'm not going back down there again with 106-degree weather. Yeah, Christy said that. She was on the last live chat, and she said how much it's changed. Yeah, I've been hearing about Big Thicket for a long time. When DDoS was around, we were all planning a trip to the Big Thicket, and there was a bunch of people that planned on going. Then all that fell apart and things happened. So I don't know. And I think Carrie Arnold was one of the ones that was gonna go. But we had a bunch of people. I think there was like 10 that wanted to go. Yeah, I can't. There's no way I can handle. I mean, I can handle hot weather and even like 108, but I have to have some way to cool off because I got overheated really quick. Of course, I'm getting old now, so things have changed. But regardless, I used to be able to handle working out there in that kind of weather, but I can't do that anymore. Oh, it bites getting older. Jeez. Yeah, I was told that too, Brown. And that's one of the reasons I want to go. I want to see why they're not so nice. I mean, do people go in there, you know, you know, murders and meth labs and excess hunting? I mean, I'd like to find out the reason. Or maybe they just don't want you in there. Maybe they just say, beat it, get out of here. We don't want you here. We don't like humans. Where'd you hear that, Chris? Knocking out the bikers? What? Where did you hear that? Yeah, I know, right, Brown? You know something they really like? They like those cheddar cheese crackers. Now, don't tell anybody. I know you're not supposed to feed them, but I'll tell you, that's something that was missing from our bag when we went camping up in Black Fork. I don't remember that. You know, I've slept since then, Brown. I probably could, but I'll have to go back and see if I can find that one. That's the best excuse I have. I've slept since then. I can't remember a lot of videos. I mean, I know I've watched so many and listened to so many stories. I can't really remember. Sometimes I remember part of a story from one place and then part of a story from the other because they're so similar. And I get them mixed up. It's nice when people remind me. Yeah, I heard that too, Southern. So let me ask you guys a question. Maybe you know this answer. Has Carrie Arnold followed through on his expedition? Is there some place you can go to? I think it was $1 per video or something like that. Does he still have that? I mean, do you have to be a Patreon member or something like that and watch the videos? Has anybody watched them? Or did he actually do it? Because I haven't heard from Carrie in a long time. The one where they went to Florida. You know, the whole team went to Florida. Yo, you don't have to pay? I thought he was going to charge like $1 per video or something. Well, for some reason, I have not gotten any notifications. Brown, honestly, you and Woodbooger Farm and Cryptid 559s are the only ones I'm getting notifications for. Oh my gosh, really, Chris? target practice? Is that what that was? I'm sorry. I know that's not funny, but oh my gosh. Was it any good, Stephen? Can you imagine rolling out of someplace on a motorcycle and having somebody knock you off? That's what I'm saying, Texas. Yeah, but you're like I said, there's only 3 of you that it pops up without me having to turn around. Right turn, Clyde. Yep. Like I said, I know it's not funny, but I can just picture it, can't you? Pa-ching, pa-ching, pa-ching. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go find him because like I said, I'm missing so many of the people that I was subscribed to, and that unsubscribed to a whole bunch that just aren't showing any videos anymore. There's one more that pops up, and that's Lindy from Vancouver. And that's it, just every once in a while it pops up. But Bama, I was watching her all the time. Her videos haven't popped. In fact, I have to go look for her videos. There's so many that I just am not getting notifications for at all. And then when I go to their channel, I find out they've got like 10, 15 videos. I'm like, what the heck? Because I was looking for stuff to watch. And I have unsubscribed and resubscribed and hit the notification bell again, and I'm still not getting notifications. So I don't know what the algorithm or what the requirements are for you to get notified, but this is crazy. I'm sure a lot of people think that people just dropped off the planet. Yeah, Flat Rock's going to email me, and I'm hoping I can do that, get some information, and then go from there. But really, honestly, guys, I'm just too lazy to go back in and, not lazy, honestly. I just don't have time to go back in, and I don't watch my own videos, but sometimes people leave timestamps on my videos and sometimes they don't. And if they do, you know, you can go back and listen to them. I'd read the comments before you watch the video. That way, if you're looking for something specific, if they have the timestamps, you can go right to it without listening to me talk for 8 hours. Really? I got enough garbage on my phone. I don't want to do TikTok stuff. You can do YouTube shorts, and that's what I'll do. That's what I'm going to start doing. There's a lot of times I do just have a couple of things to say that's going on out here and leave it alone. Like the picture of the one in my backyard. I want to post that as a short and let you guys, you know, debunk it. So I got one sitting in my backyard. He's sitting on his butt. You can see the bottom of his foot actually facing towards me, and he's leaning up against a tree. He's just chilling during the broad daylight, just chilling, looking at me. You can see his nice round head. You can see his hand actually on the tree, and you can see his foot clear as day, just pointing right at you. In fact, I've got probably about 4 or 5 just still shots that I could put on one of those YouTube shorts if I could figure out how to do it. Yeah, I imagine it's a juvenile. I don't know what age. Call him Shembert, and Peanut is the little one, the female. Shembert is a male. Okay, Texas, thank you. And I also think that Shembert is the sentry. I would too. But that's something I can't imagine. I don't know, but it gives you the option to make a short. I just don't know if I can put pictures together and make it into a short. I have not experimented with any of that. Like I said, I haven't been lazy, well, kind of in a way, but my hours are so weird, guys. When I do get home after not sleeping for 24 hours, I just pass out. I don't care when it is. No, Wayne told me that his name is Shembert. He's going to try again in the fall? Really? Back to Florida? Didn't somebody get snake bit there? The last one? Or somebody got sick or something, they had to go to the hospital? Florida swamps is is not one place that I would ever want to go. I've been there, done that. It's just not my favorite place. There's enough stuff in there besides the big guys that I want nothing to do with. Now, although I've never seen an anaconda or one of those big boa constrictors there, I've been around too many of the hogs and the alligators and the rest of the stuff. And the spiders, oh my gosh, they're on steroids there. That's true, Brown. Oh, really? In the Everglades or what? Well, like I said, people drop off their snakes. Yeah, I used to live in Florida. I've been around a lot of the places in Florida. There's some great places to go. I can't imagine, but like I said, whether it is a snake refuge that got hit by a hurricane or people just not taking care of them. I mean, the one guy that they arrested had 250 snakes in his basement, not basement, his makeshift basement. And they arrested him. And when he finally got when he was let go, they told him that they were going to take all the snakes. Well, it took them a month to get all the snakes out of his house. Some of them were so dangerous and some of them were so big. And but see, the problem was, the reason it took him so long is because he would put them in cages once in a while, but those things basically ran that room. Yeah, isn't that scary, Chris? You remember the chimpanzees that were released after the airplane crash there in the Everglades? They never found those chimpanzees. And chimpanzees are downright dangerous. I mean, they'll take your face off. The only thing that stops those is a bullet, you know. Scary but true if they're wild. Yeah. That was a dog. I know it didn't sound like one, but that's a hound dog. See, it sounds like a howl. But that actually is a hound dog. I've heard them all the time. The snakes are in Silver Springs? Can you guys hear that howl? Now, if I didn't know capybara, what? Who brought them there? Oh, monkeys. Okay. Are you guys hearing this? They're scary looking to me. You can't hear that, Pammy? Aren't they just like oversized rats? I watched a National Geographic on them. Guinea pig, yeah, sorry, not rat. No, the tapping is just the water dripping off my metal roof. That actually is a dog. Sometimes it's so loud and long it sounds like one of the big guys, but it actually is a dog. Yeah, that's what I meant. They look like a rat. See, now I hear talking again. To my right, truck's in the way, but the microphone is facing that direction. So maybe if you guys have good enough earbuds, you can hear it. I'm not sure if it's the people back here or not that moved in. Arachnophobia. No, I actually never watched the movie, but, you know, I remember people talking about it. We've got nice-sized tarantulas here, about the size of my hand, which is not very big, by the way, you know. But we have tarantulas here. As far as I know, what I've seen so far, I've got one male, one female. The male is just absolutely gorgeous. Just bright colors, gorgeous. The female is half the size, just a plain basic tan brown, but neither one of them are aggressive. I could walk right up on it and they don't curl up or nothing. They just stand, they just wide-legged, and they just stand there. They don't care. So they're not aggressive. Yeah. Oh my gosh, no thanks. I don't know about that, Brown. That might wig me out a little bit, especially if one crawled up on my chair while I was doing my live chat. You might hear me scream. That's what I said, Pat. I'll pass. One thing that's really weird here in Oklahoma, I'm telling you, the walking sticks here are 10 inches long. I have never seen a walking stick that big in my life. I had one walking up the side of my house that I was just in shock. I've never seen one that big. They're huge. Positively huge. When I was a kid growing up, oh, yuck. When I was a kid growing up, I remember in Ohio, I remember the walking sticks were little. I remember the grasshoppers and all that being kind of small. When I moved to Florida, they got a little bigger. When I moved here, they giganticized. Is that even a word? I'll make up some words as we go. No worries. Yeah, and I hear Texas now has those kissing bugs. Is that true? Oh, I did. I didn't know what they were when I was younger, and when we finally picked one up, I mean, I was blown away. The first time I ever saw a walking stick when I was a kid in Ohio was on our screen on one of our apartments. And, you know, we didn't think anything of it until it moved. I was pretty young, too. But my favorite thing to play with in Ohio was katydids. Yeah, I was right on the border. I was in Cleveland. Right off of Lake Erie. Yeah, I miss Boo really bad. Can you imagine what it'd be like right now if I was still around Boo? That just breaks my heart. Oh yeah, roly-polies. I get rid of roly-polies in my garden with cardboard paper. They are the most irritating bugs on the planet. Them and those little teeny Asian beetles that look like, or whatever they're called, Japanese beetles or Chinese beetles, the ones that look like ladybugs. Annoying little critters. And when I go to work, Boo, Cleveland. Cincinnati. Anyway, where I work, which is just 12 miles away from me, there are no no-see-um gnats. I mean, none. Here, they are like a cloud. I mean, there's so many of them here, it's crazy. They're everywhere. They get in your tea or your coffee or your drinks. They land all over you. They bite like crazy. I have 2 of those bug zappers. They're wicked little creatures. Sorry, I was watching. I keep looking behind me again. Now the truck is right here. I've got probably a 10-foot space between the truck and the dog thing. So if something came up behind me, it'd be too late. I wouldn't know it till it got here. Yeah, I dust my garden with diatomaceous earth. I had some kind of bugs in there recently. I couldn't tell what kind because I couldn't see them, but I went ahead and dusted it. That stuff's great. I want to put that underneath I want to really dust underneath my shed house before I close it in with diatomaceous earth. Excuse me. And then I'm going to plant peppermint plants all the way around the outside edge. Oh, really? I have some neem oil. Well, none of them like peppermint. They can't stand peppermint. Rats, snakes, scorpions, spiders, none of them. They don't like peppermint. Yeah, I'm sure, I got to get it closed in because my biggest problem isn't the bugs, although they are coming in from underneath the shed house. My biggest concern is my ducks and my chickens are eating they're eating the insulation underneath the shed house, and I don't need that to happen. I mean, I don't even have floors yet in there, except for subflooring. We're doing that now. We're starting. I think it's Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. They don't like cinnamon either, Chris. In fact, you can get rid of some ant piles by putting cinnamon all the way around it. They'll go find someplace else to go. They won't cross the cinnamon line. Anything that's pungent smelling, they don't like because they use their, they need their senses, and that throws them off. Anything that's really pungent smelling, even apple cider vinegar. Although if you use apple cider vinegar around your house, you're going to attract those gnats because they love it. The no-see-ums, you will attract them like crazy. If you want to get rid of no-see-ums, put a couple of buckets around your house or bowls with apple cider vinegar in it and a couple of drops of like Dawn dishwashing liquid, and they will go right to it. You'll see piles of them because they love apple cider vinegar. I just can't put it out because the ducks will drink it. The dog will drink it. That's why I haven't been able to do it. You can do that with fleas in the house too. They'll jump and they'll go right in it. Although I put borax on my floors in the house when I had carpeting, that stopped all the bugs. Killed silverfish, fleas, ticks, mites. It killed them all. Because you can't put diatomaceous earth on your carpeting. That's just dangerous. But you can put borax. You just leave it down for 3 days, vacuum it up, put it down for another 3 days, vacuum it up, then leave it down for about 4 or 5 days, kill all the eggs, and then vacuum it up and you're done. I mean, I killed all the fleas. We had cats, so we had almost got a flea infestation, and that's how I got rid of them, is borax. There's a lot of things you can do. I couldn't tell you, Chris, how many species of spiders are here, but oh my gosh. The one that's the most popular here is the one that I'm allergic to. Those little white house spiders? I can get bit by a big old huge spider and it just leave a red mark. But, hey Dee, but I get bit by one of those little teeny tiny white house spiders and I have cellulitis immediately. I am so allergic to those things. They're kind of almost clear white. Not really white, but almost clear. Man, they bite me and I'm in trouble. I mean, I don't even do that with bee stings. I mean, it doesn't... Geez, that little teeny tiny one. Well, if they're outside, I'll leave them alone. But if they come in my house, stinks for them. The ones I've been killing in the house lately are the ones that look like crabs. They have the great big huge front legs. And then the little ones in the back, tiny ones, but they look like crabs. That's what I've been getting a lot of. And I have a lot of wood spiders around here. They don't bother me. Most of the time, they'll just run away. And then these little black spiders, they're not black widows, they're not jumpers. They're just little black spiders. I've got a whole bunch of spiders here. Oh yeah, banana spiders. Yeah, that's scary. Good night, Shane. God bless you, hon. Oh, I think they're adorable, Chris. I've got pictures of one that you know, that I kind of play with once in a while. The thing's adorable. It's got a big old beard. It's black and white. It's really pretty. But it stays right here by my front porch. Sometimes it kind of freaks me out because it climbs on my chair, but it's getting pretty big. I don't know. I didn't see green fangs, but I saw its eyeballs and its little beard, and I guess I really didn't look at the green fangs. Say goodnight to Sarah for us, too. You know, Cryptid 559's been having some pretty awesome stuff lately, too. Between Brown and Cryptid, and I've been watching a lot of Matt's, you know, because he's got some beautiful pictures. And mostly that's on Facebook, but... And Matt Squatch is back. Did you guys see that? Any of you watch Matt Squatch? He posted a video just the other day. All these people have disappeared. Yeah, there's a technical name for those jumping spiders, but they're pretty friendly. They usually don't bite. Yeah, I don't know what that is, Texas. Oh, really? I've never heard of that. All one word, Pat. If you look it up, Matt Squatch. He's the one that sounds like when he in the beginning. Yeah, I know you don't. Oh, who is that? It's Matt Squatch Presents, I think. That's right, Brown. Alfred Hitchcock, I think. He has the same type of voice, and it's funny. Like I said, when I first started the live chat, I don't know what y'all think about that thing in Texas, but I don't think it's, I don't think it's real. I'd be interested in seeing the video if they'd release it at some point, but it just looks too human to me. Yeah, me too, Chris, and he kind of disappeared, didn't he? Well, a lot of people did. A lot of us disappeared. Yeah, amen to that, Lurks. You know, I don't even feel like they're around tonight. Usually I can kind of feel when they're around. I don't feel nothing. Isn't that the weirdest thing ever? That once you start having interaction with these guys, you can feel when they're around. Not just like someone's staring at you, but you know when they're there. It's like a full body zap, you know, like, oops, they're here. It's so peaceful out here. The sky is gorgeous. Anybody get to see the lineup of the planets? All I saw a couple days before they said you were really supposed to see it was 2. I saw 2, one really close to the moon and one further to the, I guess, west of it. I think that was Mars and Mercury, if I'm not mistaken. Keep hearing that noise behind me. Where's my stick? My stick disappeared. Yeah, remember in the beginning, Pat, you know, I kept saying, I mean, it seemed like everywhere I went, there was more activity. It's not that I was looking forward to it or even expected it, but they would let you know they were there. I mean, yeah, I think you're targeted or marked or something. That's funny, Texas. Yeah, that was a pretty sight to see, wasn't it? I didn't take any pictures. I got some beautiful, beautiful pictures of the last couple storms we had. Oh my, they were just amazing. One looked like a torch, you know, like a lamp with flames coming out of it. That was actually the sky. It was just beautiful. I'd like to try to post those too. I mean, really pretty pictures. I've got about another month to kind of try to catch up financially around here to where I think I'll have more time, where I'm not doing the 24-hour things. This week I won't be working 24 hours. I think I'll be home every night. But this week I'm going to be working probably 10-hour days and then coming home every night because we've got other things to do now. She's moving. So I will be able to come home and maybe get online for a couple hours, but I have to be up at, 6 o'clock in the morning to be there by 7. But I think I can do more live chats this week if I'm not totally exhausted from heat stroke. Although, like I said, it's supposed to be in the 80s and 60s at night. That's going to be a dream. Get out of this 100-degree weather. I'm going to put this back. Nah, it looks better this way. I can see better. See all my pallets? Oh my gosh, we've got so many pallets, it's crazy. There's an ATV place in town that's giving them away, and we're just snagging as many as we can. He said, take them all, because otherwise they have to get rid of them. There's so many things we're thinking about we can use these pallets for. I think we probably have about maybe 50 of them now. I'm going to cover in the outside of the shed house. You know, that's going to be going around the bottom of them. We're going to make the chicken coop out of them. Just give me some better weather. How that happens, Pat? They seem to really like campers. I think they like to mess with the campers. Excuse me, but did you go out and yell at them? Remember in Finley, I'd go out and say, no, 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 when the babies were trying to climb on the roof. Yeah, well, I know you can. I just have to, like I said, I've got too many things going on at once, and everything has to be done yesterday. I still haven't finished my stupid bathroom yet. I'm slacking. Well, come here and help me do mine then, Texas. What's ordered, Lurks? What did you order? What did I miss? I missed something. Oh, yeah. Oh, you ordered weather? Okay. Well, I know the chicken coop's not going to be that hard. I think doing the underside of the house is going to be a little harder. But that's all right. We can still get it done. We have some of these pallets that are, you know, the wood pieces in between are really close together, which will make it nice, especially if I can do it facing the same direction as the shed house, you know, because the paneling is vertical, not horizontal. So I think I can do that. And then come wintertime, what I'll do is I'll just put, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Texas. Then I can just put some insulation on the back side of it for the winter. I was hoping I could do that before when we first put it up, but I don't know how to do that. I know it's going to get destroyed during this weather. I'd hate to spend the money to put the insulation there and have it all destroyed. So we were thinking about something like that blue board, maybe using that as insulation. But underneath this shed house on the far end here, it's only about maybe 8 to 10 inches tall, and on the other end, it's like 3 foot. So I don't really know how to do that yet. I got to think about that, but I got to find a way of insulating it because the flooring in here, since we don't have any flooring down, it's so cold in the winter. And I know because of that, what's nice about it in a way is you're getting a breeze underneath the house during the, you know, like the hot weather, but you don't want that breeze during the cold weather. And I've got one more roll of insulation if I wanted to put that attached to it. But I think I want to try the blue board or something else. You know that board that has the aluminum foil looking stuff on one side? I wonder if that would work better. I just got to cut out some of the cold air on the floor. But I don't even have the drywall up yet, so like I said, I'm just far behind. Hold on, I'm going to whistle. Let's see if this works. Watch your ears, guys. Well, I probably won't even be able to whistle very loud because, well, let's just try. Nope. I can't do it with fingernails. I have to cut my fingernails off in order to whistle. Isn't that crazy? It doesn't work with fingernails. I just probably scared somebody that was sleeping. Who's lurking that's sleeping? I just woke you up, right? All right, so I am all... I can really whistle loud if I don't have any fingernails. But I was going to tell you guys, I've got everything ready for, which I have to find someday this week that I'm going to be home. I want to go out there. I want to put the recorder out before we get started on the live chat, and then walk out there to where it's at about maybe a couple hours into the live chat. Actually walk out there, pick up the recorder, and then the rest of the live chat, I'll just replay the recorder, see if we can hear anything. I want to get it pretty far back out there, though. There's a lot of noises out there you guys cannot hear from here. But you'd be surprised what's out there. Yeah, I've seen people make furniture out of pallets. I'm just not that good. Well, there's a will, there's a way. I will find a way, but I'm just not very good at it. I'm definitely not a carpenter. That's my son's job. Now, I am good at looking at pallets and figuring out what I can make from it, but I'm not really good at just making them. I can tell you what I want, but don't know if I could actually do it or not. Although I would try. Heck, I'm game. Yeah, I watched these guys make a really nice cabana type thing with pallets. They did the roof, they did the sides, they did the chairs, they did a little table. It was amazing. And I watched a lady do a whole front porch with pallets. But it would take me about 40 pallets to do the front porch. Or better. And right now my priority would be getting the house closed in and the chicken coop done. I plan on putting wainscoting on my ceiling. And then using some of my wood that we cut to put some, trim it out. I think it'll look really pretty. I just need to hire some help for about a week. Get all this stuff done. So Texas, what do you think? What do you mean, gotta get your name fixed? You've got a bus project? Could be scaring me back there. I'm hearing something behind me again. Oh, that's cool. Oh, okay. Back to Gator. You know, what could be behind me is anything. It could be raccoons. It could be all the bunny rabbits. It could be the cats. The house cats. It could be anything. But it's just enough noise to make me spin around and look that direction, which is totally black. I don't know why I turn around, because I ain't going to see anything anyway. Oh, excuse my French. I'm not going to see anything anyway. Watch your English, Dee. Oh, really? Did you get hacked, Gator? I know 3 or 4 people that have sent me messages on Facebook saying that they've been hacked. So people got to be careful. I don't know what the criteria is for them to get hacked, but they are. You know what I'd like to do? Is I would like to have a little pop-up tent, you know, not pop-up tent, one of those little pop-up trailers, since they seem to like trailers a lot, and put it back there in the woods. So when we have campouts, maybe we can get a couple people to stay out there all the way in the back, away from here. I think that'd be really awesome. Say, well, you guys are sleeping in the back. Bye. I'm rotten. Well, write them down. Change your passwords and write them all down. Can you all see the bugs crawling on them pallets? As long as they're out here and not in the house, I'm happy. I'm not worried about a rat snake. Now, the rattlesnakes, yeah, but the rat snake, I ain't worried about. He ain't gonna bite me anyway. He's just gonna slither right by me and not care. Well, he might try to crawl up here, but I ain't worried about a rat snake. I'll just put his face in the camera and let you guys look at him. But we killed about a 6-foot rattlesnake and ate it. Well, 8 pieces of it anyway. It was the first time my son cooked rattlesnake over the campfire, so he learned. Yeah, sometimes this week I've got to do a video on some of the new edibles, some of the stuff that you guys need to know about. I think I posted that somewhere. There's a lot of stuff out there. Rattlesnake tacos. It's good eating, isn't it, Brown? I'll tell you what people eat a lot of around here, and that's squirrels. Everybody around here are squirrel hunters, and they eat a lot of it. I don't think I've seen maybe 2 squirrels since I've lived here. I'm sure she did. Yeah, my son snuck a snake into the house, but it was a red-tailed Colombian boa. I wasn't too happy, especially when it got out of its cage. Yeah, that wasn't too pleasant. I found it on the back of my waterbed. Yeah, here too. I'm kind of wondering, is it people that are eating the squirrel or the big guys eating the squirrels? What's happening to the squirrels? Oh, got quiet. Hello? I can't imagine eating possum. That's just disgusting. See how quiet it got? As long as it's not the cat, I'll be happy. Last thing I'd want to do is shoot my gun while we're on a live chat. I think I'd hit the end button before I actually took a shot. If I ever do that, guys, it's because I'm shooting a predator, or at least trying to scare it away. But I'd blow your eardrums out if I shot. Listen how quiet it got. There's definitely something close by. Just please don't let it be the cat, please. Them things are downright scary. They are so sneaky. Nah, I don't think so either, Pat. Okay, who's lurking? Huh? Lurkers. Thank you for commenting, Texas, and everybody else who's commenting for my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Although I got in there yesterday, it said I made a whole whopping 6 cents. Woohoo! How do these people make money on YouTube? I am clueless. Oh my gosh, it just made me laugh so hard. What is that? There's a bug on my flashlight. Let me look. Oh, it actually looks like a bee. It's got a red and black butt. Oh, wow. This thing looks like a bumblebee. It looks like some kind of bee. It's got a black and red butt. It's got a stinger, it looks like. What are you? I have never seen this thing before. It's got wings. It's trying to attack my flashlight. What the heck? Oh no, don't come over here. You're scary looking. Do they fly? I thought you were getting your eyes fixed, Dee. Boy, it got awful quiet. I might hit this thing, whatever it is. Beat it. Listen how quiet it's gotten, guys. Yeah, well, I know those big bull ants, they call them. They're red and black, and they sting like crazy, but I've never seen one winged. That's kind of what it looks like. Oh my, it's even getting quieter. Something's really close. Hello? What the heck is that? Oh. Da-dump, da-dump. Da-dum, 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 da-dum. And here comes out of the wood line. What is it? Oh my gosh, it's quiet. Freaky. Here we go. I don't see anything. I don't hear anything. Oh, really? Well, you know, I've got 3 wasp nests on the side of my trailer here. My house. And I think I want to spray them first and get rid of them, knock down the nests, and then I'll put up the brown bags. You got to kind of crunch them up, right? Or you just make them round. Okay, guys, this is eerie. I don't know, I guess they call, hey Ramona, I guess they call them, you know, paper something or others. Paper, I think they call it a paper nest or a paper something like that. And if you put, I've heard that too, if you put them up, you'll chase them away. You know, they'll think it's another one. But my problem is the ones I have up on the house are red wasps. But the ones that are coming out of the ground, there's one in the ground in the back somewhere. And the minute you walk back there, they all come after you. So we haven't been able to find that nest in the ground, which I'd like to plug that hole. But at any given time, you can have like 30 of those wasps flying all over the place out here. And they dive bomb you trying to get water, you know, trying to get some kind of... You don't want to be out here with any kind of liquid that's not covered because they'll land right in your drink. I mean, it's really dry. And I don't understand why they're coming over here because in the back, for all the chickens and ducks, there's tons of places they can get water. So, because we have to have water for the ducks and chickens all day long. I mean, all day long. They think it's a hornet's nest? Do you fill it with anything or just crumple it up and hang it? I saw a video once where people were hanging them in trees by their house, but... Well, we have both of them side by side here. And so far, it don't look like to me nothing's getting eaten. Looks like they're producing. I'll try it. What I won't try again is the Ziploc bag full of water to get rid of the flies, because that doesn't work. It made sense to me how it would work, but it hasn't. It doesn't. We tried that multiple different ways, and it didn't do nothing. Awful dang quiet. Crickets are quiet. Tree frogs got quiet. Hey, Mitchell. Yep. Peanut. Tim, did you fall asleep? Peanut. Yeah, there's a lot of flies around here. It's irritating. We probably kill 100 a day or better. But first we had to move the dog food. That was a source. But remember, we do our dishes right out front. Yeah, make sure you run. Uh, we have to do our dishes right out front here because we don't have a kitchen sink. And I think that attracts a lot of flies. No, I'm not doing fly traps ever again. I've had my share of fly traps. Never happened. Do you know what? Dusty told me that, my daughter-in-law, she told me that she threw a fly trap away into a garbage bag and it actually ate through the garbage bag. Now that's downright scary. I'm not going to look at chat for a minute, guys. I'm going to stand up and look around and see if I can see anything. It's awful quiet. Just hang on a second. Maybe I should let Tank out, huh? I don't know if it's the big guys that are here or there's a predator here. Oh, really? I didn't know there was such a thing. The only fly traps I've ever seen were the sticky ones that hang from the ceiling. You know, they get caught in Lizzie's hair. I know I'm bad. Good grief. Sorry, I'm just watching. It just really got quiet. I mean, really quiet. Whatever it is really close. I'm not getting any response whatsoever. Yeah, I'm going to use the biscuits I have and make cinnamon rolls for breakfast. I've had a taste for cinnamon rolls for a month. And usually I make homemade ones, but I found a recipe for using biscuits and I'm going to try them. Roll them out and put all this stuff on it and yeah, cream cheese frosting. Oh my mouth is watering. Oh, this time I talked about food first. Ha ha, ha ha. There's just something good about a cup of coffee with a cinnamon roll first thing in the morning. You can do that over the campfire too. Over the campfire, you just cut them up in little pieces. You know, a bunch of little pieces, and don't smash them, but then just roll them in the cinnamon sugar and put them on in a little bit of grease on the campfire, and they're really good. They're really crispy. Why don't you make biscuits? If you cut them in four, like the grand biscuits, they'll be really big. They don't taste as good. But if you separate the grands and cut them in fours, they swell perfectly for you to cook over the campfire. They're the right side. There's like donut holes, and they're really good. And just drizzle them with cream cheese frosting, and oh my. They don't last very long, though, I'll tell you that. I can't help myself. I love homemade bread, even, you know, I mean, but I can cheat because I do have a bread machine. But that's something else too. I even tried the high altitude recipes, and I cannot get bread to rise here to save my life. And I was told you just have to eat. That's funny, Texas. They just said you had to use more yeast because of the altitude, and it didn't work. I mean, it still didn't work. I actually have to take the bowl after I mix it and after I get it ready to rise. I have to put 2 blankets on the couch, put the bowl in the blankets, wrap them around, and then put 3 or 4 blankets on top just for it to rise. Well, I can make, I can just make regular drizzle for them if he doesn't like cream cheese. When you guys come to visit, I'll make some. I need to find a way to get out to you anyway, Ramona, to get the poster for that bed. I keep forgetting. Yeah, Mitchell, I got tons of them here. I mean, tons. Those rabbits run like crazy. I mean, I've got so many of them, it's nuts. If we wanted to eat rabbit, we definitely could. I just couldn't tell anybody what it was. They wouldn't eat it then. I'll email you the recipe, Gator. It's really good if you don't let the ashes fall in. My bad. I just call it a campfire casserole. Why would you go to why would you go to a cheesecake place and not eat cheesecake? It's not funny, Ramona. It is funny, but it's not funny. Ruined my casserole. The trick to that breakfast casserole over the campfire is what ingredients you put in. Well, I wouldn't leave that place without trying every kind of cheesecake they had. That's one thing I really like is cheesecake. But my own. I don't like the store-bought cheesecake. Well, yeah, that's true, but over a campfire, if you put the wrong ingredients in at the wrong time, you ruin it. Amen to that, Chris. You know, I made a lot of mistakes when I first started trying that, you know, way back in the day when I first started camping. Okay, crickets are coming back. Shembert. Shembert. Hello? Peanut. Nothing. They didn't answer the whistles. They didn't answer the pops. They didn't answer nothing. Is that the guy that does the campfire cooking? He's got his own recipes, and you can go out there and spend $1,500 with him to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yes, it does. Oh, you can do so many different kinds of milk. It's crazy. Almond milk, macadamia nut milk. Yeah, well, I called him once to find out how many charged. Charged $1,500. That's a lot of money for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Jeez, no thanks. Well, I know you can't do nuts, Ramona. I was just thinking that maybe one of them you might be able to do. Well, mine doesn't look like his either. Of course, I haven't cleaned mine since the flood. Well, no, I did clean it since the flood, but it's got to be cleaned out again. Oh, that's another thing I got to do. Dag nabbit. Quit reminding me of all the work I got to do. Those cast iron pans and skillets and stuff that I have, I'm telling you, they're the good ones, the older ones. They just really need to be cleaned and redone. That's going to be a chore. I just wish I had one of those sandblasters. Not really. I know you can use a drill with one of those things on it. You can spin and take it off, but yeah, she can't have nuts though. Lurks a lot. Ew. Now, Chris. Poor Denny. If I hit Denny on the head with a cast iron skillet, he'd be gone. That poor guy. Keep him in your prayers, will you guys? He's trying so hard. And I feel bad that I'm not home doing the stuff with him, but he's really trying hard. Tim fell asleep, huh? Yep, he certainly did. Martha's sleeping, Tim's sleeping. Probably a couple other people on here are sleeping. I finally did hear from Mike. Mike's doing okay. Thank you all for the prayers. Let's see. Sharon says thank you for the prayers. I know Pappy said thank you for the prayers. There's a lot of people that have asked for prayers. Shane and Sarah. You know, we keep praying for these people. Pray diligently. There's so much going on. People are so overwhelmed and distraught. I have no place to do any of that, Ramona. Now I know I have one of those sanders, you know, that you can take that stuff and Chev. Now I haven't heard from Chev in forever. I mean, he showed up on one of the live chats, but that's it. I've just lost touch with so many people. Yeah, we tried that. The problem that I had with it is I didn't clean them immediately afterwards. Well, I don't have a battery. But putting them on a fire is a good idea. You know, you can turn them upside down, but... And that's a really good idea. But I think what we did... Yeah, I don't go on Vault's channel. No, you make sure that it's down just to the embers. I tried white vinegar, Texas, it didn't work. But what I did was, I turned them over. Salt and potato. No, I've never heard of that either. I just filled mine, when I first started cleaning mine, I filled them with salt, Himalayan salt, or the, like Epsom salts. I filled that with that, and then I added vinegar to it, and I just let it set. Now, when I went back and cleaned it off, it came off really well. Then a second one of my bigger pans, I just filled with Coke, and I wanted to see how that worked, and I left that out for 3 days in the sun. The one that works the best, literally, is putting them in the embers. You know, when your fire's going down, you put them in the ember. It will take the rust off. Hey, Patrick. I can't sleep. Normal. What are you doing up? Yeah. You ever watch them collect that salt, Brown? Oh, well. I hope you have a great day at work. Well, you ought to watch the video, Brown, on how they collect that salt. It's pretty darn dangerous. I mean, really dangerous, where they got to go get that salt if you get the true stuff. I don't know why they call it Himalayan salt either. Ooh, really? Cast iron waffle maker? Ooh. One of the old school ones? Oh, excuse me, I just burped. I swear, if that spider crawls up my jacket, I'm gonna be mad. Yeah, I drink a tablespoon of olive oil every morning. And every night before I go to bed. That might be true. I have no idea, but that sounds about right. The best olive oil I've found so far is the Moroccan. It's done the most for me body-wise by taking it. Now, I have gone to a lot of the different brands of EVOO and tried them for a week, 10 days, to see if, you know, how it worked. The best one so far has been the Moroccan. Yeah, I don't think it does anything for me though, but I do know that that's a good way of getting your, you know, some of the omegas that you need, number one. Number two, it's good for your brain, actually, to take olive oil every day. It is good for your system, but me, when, you know, because I had the ulcer, that helped me tremendously, that and garlic. Well, if you look on the bottle, I get a bag of Himalayan salt, and if you look at the bottom, it does tell you it comes from Pakistan. It doesn't come from the Himalayas. But that's why it's more expensive too. Well, have a good day at work. God bless you, Patrick. Oh, really? Well, you need omega-3s for your brain. I don't know what you guys think about it, but guess what I'm going to start making? You know how they had those foot detox things? They're really expensive and they don't have to be. But I'm going to buy a box of these, you know, they're 4x4 pads. Bye, Patrick. God bless you. You know, the 4x4 pads that are kind of waterproof. Well, I'm going to start making my own foot detox and putting them on those because I know the ingredients that it would take to pull toxins out. Some of them I think are just ridiculous. I look at the ingredients and can't figure out how, and I think all it does is the sweat on your feet just make it turn colors. But a lot of times if you put the right stuff on there, that's absolutely true, and you could pull toxins from your body. You paid $100 for what? What'd I miss? I hate it when I can't read all the comments. I miss so much. Zip, 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 zip. I can't imagine a cat lurking around here for this much time. There are no crickets in front of me now. Dead silent. That everything you hear is behind me. Everything in front of me is completely silent. So whatever's over there is right in front of us. Oh, okay. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, eBay has a whole bunch of cast iron stuff on for sale. But you really got to be careful. If you don't know the name brand, you can buy the stuff basically that they're getting at Walmart, which is junk. But they've had some really good prices. Oh, and they have, you know those old-fashioned ice cream makers? They have those too. They're like $39, anywhere from that to, you know, over 100. But I'd love to have one of those and actually churn it myself. I mean, I can make butter here at home. I can make cheese here at home, you know. But it doesn't do you any good if you don't have electricity because you're going to lose it all. The flea market here, Ramona, is so tiny, and I have not found anything good in it, you know, when I go. Maybe I have to go to a bigger city when they have good flea markets, because around here, nothing. Oh, 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 oh! Time for me to irritate my owls. Oh, well, yeah, back in the 80s. I am still heartbroken over all the stuff I lost in the flood. Boy, guys, I had so much stuff. Ugh. Well, c'est la vie. Can't cry over spilled milk, huh? We have a really good thrift store here. As a matter of fact, the lady I work for, yeah, guess what she found? You know, I do massages. She found a massage table that they had a price on it, and it had all the parts that went with it. It had a price on it of $150, and she was like, nah. She went back later, and they dropped it to $75, and she snagged it. And I was like, oh my gosh. You know, I could actually make some extra money, because as long as you don't say therapy, you know, you can do massages and get paid for it, but as long as you don't say it's therapeutic, you know, just massages, you don't have to have a license for it. So her and I were talking about that. Oh, wouldn't that be awesome? Yeah, it's a nice table. I mean, it needs to be recovered, but it's a nice table. It's sturdy. Really? Yeah, my daughter sent me some wool blankets. They were army blankets. The dog ate one of them, tore it into 1,000 pieces. The other one is up in the shed house, but those things are really good during the winter. But I don't put them on top of me. I put them underneath my blanket, you know, that I sleep on. It's just easier, and it keeps me nice and warm. Denny has a heating blanket that he wraps himself like a cocoon in to keep himself warm. But I freeze. You know, I'm a freeze baby. Wow. It was a steal. I agree. Crickets are coming back, guys. Guess whatever it was moved on, huh? Come on, babies. I hope these guys get to the point where they get comfortable. Nothing beats Boo in my activity with Boo, my relationship with him. Although the ones in Arkansas weren't too bad. You know, we had a lot of activity. Even the ones in Tallahena were pretty friendly. These guys are really, really shy. I mean, really shy. And they're really calm. But they definitely let you know they're here. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've heard of that, Mitchell. My grandparents lived in Kenton, Ohio. We used to go to Lima all the time. They had great, big, huge uh, flea markets and stuff. You could buy some awesome stuff there. Of course, I was a kid back then, but I know my mom went crazy. Now it's all quiet again. See, that's what I get for saying they're gone. Peanut? Hello? Yeah, I know, Ramona. Yeah, me too, Mitchell. And I'm also looking for the meat grinder, the one that you attach to the table, not the electric one. That's what I'm trying to find now. I did find one at a garage sale last month, but it was so rusted and you couldn't even crank. So not that I knew how to repair it, and I didn't want something that didn't really work, and I wasn't sure. No, Pat, I never went to that one. There's also a place online. It's American Vets, and they sell everything that doesn't require electricity also. A couple of ex-military guys opened up a place where you can buy all kinds of stuff, from food to medical equipment to anything that doesn't require electricity to even generators, all kinds of stuff. No, it's been so long, Texas, since I've been on that website. But that's where I got all my stuff when I was living in Arkansas. But you can just type it into Google, American Vets uh, open store for whatever, something like that, and it'll pop up. The name of the place will pop up. What are you doing out there? Now's perfect time to have a FLIR, huh? You think Woodburger Farm will lend me his FLIR? Excuse me. Come on, throw a rock or hit the tree. I need Tank's ball. I'm gonna throw it in the woods. Now I gotta go find it. I think it's in Leo's cage, but I gotta go find that ball. I want to do that one of these days. When we're sitting here like this, I want to throw the ball out in the woods and see if it comes back. I tried that one, Brown. It didn't work. Okay, Mitchell. And you can't use it when you're going live on your phone. So, I mean, that stuff doesn't work. I tried. I tried being inverted when I went live. I tried to download that app for the FLIR, and it didn't work. And I use my phone to go live, so I can't use them both. Maybe what I can do one of these days is use my laptop to go live and then try to download the app on my FLIR. I mean, the FLIR on my phone, and then see if that works. But it didn't do all that great. It wasn't all that great. You couldn't see that far. Maybe 30 yards, maybe. So quiet. The owls are moving. They don't like it when I respond. He said, there's that crazy female again. I cannot believe how quiet it is. I mean, there is nothing. No stick breaks, no movement, no footfalls, not a sound. Nope, Pat. See, now I can hear talking way far away. Can you guys hear that? It's to my right again. The truck's in the way, so we can't look that direction. But I can hear talking. It's definitely male. The drips make it hard to hear. Hear it? Now it's quiet. See right there? That's talking. And the owl. That is so freaky to sit here and listen to that because I can't tell what it is. I can't tell if it's people out there. It's really bad since now I have neighbors, because now I can't really tell if it's the big guys unless they're close enough, or it's people out there. Because directly to my right, back on the back side of my property, somebody bought property back there. Now I'm on 25 acres, so it is at the very back. But like I said, I'm in a bowl, so all the noise, echoes. And I can hear talking, but I'm not sure it's not a human. I need to get my parabolic out. Oh, what are you? A spider? Nope. Cricket. Don't you jump on me. I need to get my ladder back and I need to get up in the attic. I've got so much stuff I need to get down. I'll pick a day this week and I'll definitely put the recorder out and then go get it. We'll listen to it. Hey, Sandy, how are you? I think you're going to be really surprised. It's like when people come to the campout here. Like I said, these guys are really subtle, just like the rest of them, except for Boo. But they're really subtle. They're really shy. But if I put a recorder out there, I promise you'll hear them, because I know, right, Texas? Yeah, it's finally cooling down tonight, Sandy. Here it is, look what time it is, and I'm finally cooling down. It's just been so blasted hot, I can't stand it. Heat index today was 108. I can imagine what it's like in Texas. Because you guys are always, at least between 5 and 10 degrees hotter than us. And I'm right on the border of Texas and Oklahoma. Can you guys hear that? Can anybody hear that? Oh, I'll never move back to the city. I'm done with city life. This is where I belong. Yeah, did you read that, Ramona? Where it's gonna be in the 80s, in the 60s at night? Oh, we're gonna be working outside during the day those days, so that's gonna be nice. As I will not be able to work out there for 10 hours in that 100-degree weather. Yeah, we did have a 40% chance of rain sometime this week, but that went away the same day. I looked at it in the morning, it said 40% chance of rain, I think Wednesday, Thursday, something like that. Then all of a sudden, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I look at it again, and there's no rain. Yeah, I could do with some rain for my garden. I mean, we do have to water it a lot, but well, see, mine Ramona says 0 chance. I know you guys had to hear that. Now that was closer and louder. See? That's talking. Yeah, you really need headphones. And like I said, I'm in a pretty bad spot because my truck's right there in the way. But you need really good headphones here. Hey, Bobby. You know, when they want to make noise close by, you can hear them, but no, what you're hearing, Sandy, is the condensation coming off my metal roof onto, I have pallets here, and it's hitting the pallets. Oops. Wow. Sorry, guys. You can hear the owl, and in between the owl sounds, you can actually hear the talking. And it is a male voice. Sorry, Texas. Would you rather be called Texas or Jack? Sorry. I should have asked you that a while ago. Yeah, my camp out's going to be the first week of October. Oh, I heard some more noise right in front. Like something got squished. See, then then the crickets get even quieter. Okay. Yeah, my pecan tree needs some water. My grapes crave water 24/7. My garden is starting to get spindly because of the heat. Although it's getting watered like it's supposed to, I put the mulch down. I am getting a lot of tomatoes and cucumbers and stuff like that. I've got to go out tomorrow and pull my bok choy because it's ready. I don't want that to go bad. Got 5 or 6 cabbages, lots of peppers. Oh, those cayenne peppers are, they're amazing. They're sweet and really, really hot. So I'm going to dehydrate those, grind those up, and make the liquid hot cayenne for people that have heart conditions. Just don't tell the government that. Oops. That was right in front. I don't know what that noise was either. Hello? Peanut? Shimbert? Come on. You're all right. Come on. Can you hear it now, Texas? Right there. I hear the talking. Hold on. Yeah, it's a male. See? Then the owl. See, they're going back and forth. I hear the voice, and then I hear the owl. Then I hear the voice, then I hear the owl. It's in between the owl sounds. If you can hear the owl, you should be able to hear the male voice. Right there. Did you hear it? Hey, Diana, how are you? See, it's almost 4:30 in the morning. You know, I'm telling you, this is just so weird. Yeah. They can't figure out whether they want to be human or owl, right? See, I can hear him talking. Now, they can't be that far away for me to hear it, but I know it's far enough away that it's not real obvious to you guys. But if you have good earbuds on, you should be able to hear it. I need to get up into the loft. I need to get that stuff down. I'm really afraid if I find out how to attach that audio amplifier, that this noise is going to blow you guys away. It's going to be so loud, way too loud. It's good to hear, Diana. Okay is better than horrible, huh? Stupid. Dang, stupid. Now I can't help but listening. See, dead silent. Hi, Yeti's uncle. How are you? See, now that woo sound is not the owl. Well, I am doing well, thank you. Could be better, could be worse. So I'll just say I'm just ducky. See, did you hear that? Freaky, freaky, freaky. Hello? See, now they're getting closer, Texas. Hello? That's the same sound I've been hearing, but now they're a little closer so you heard it. Come on, Shambert, you're all right. I know it's not Peanut because she definitely sounds feminine. It's definitely a girl, and she sounds like a girl. But what I believe is the sentry is much bigger than she is. He's the one that was in the front of the property that I got the picture of. I don't know how old he is. See, now all's quiet. I just have to figure out what's going to make them more vocal. Each one of these sets or clans that I get involved with all have their own. They all have one thing or a couple things that they respond to, and the rest they just don't. Remember in Arkansas? It just depends. I can't say that as definitive. I haven't been here long enough, to make that distinction, or that, I haven't. But they can be here for a week and then not be here for 3 weeks and then back again, and it doesn't matter what time of year it is, so far. I don't know. I was talking, Texas. I can't remember. I don't know. Yeah, well, the deer are back, so that tells me something. The bear's been hanging around. The cat I haven't seen. But, yeah, the owl. That's an owl. You know, you see how the owl doesn't finish? Ooh, ooh. That's all it does. Now, you've been listening to the owl since you've been here. It does the same thing, but when it does that, that's completely different. It doesn't follow through on it like a normal owl. No trill at the end of it. Just goes woo woo. And I understand there's hoot owls here, but it's not the same. It sounds like a dog. It sounds like a dog getting hurt. Well, like I said, the couple things I'd like to do, and I'm just not organized yet. I'm not in a position to do it yet. Yeah, these guys aren't gone for the winter. These guys come around during the winter, so I think they live close enough by, and we got plenty of areas for them to go hide out in the winter if it gets too cold, but they're here during the winter, because I know many times I've been upstairs in the loft with my blankets in the window, and you guys, we've had activity, so they go, I think it's like Ramona said, they will follow the food. If the food disappears for a while, they'll go follow the food. And I know there's more than one clan around here, so, you know, they got to fight their territory. But when they're bored or when I'm out here, and like I said, if I start doing this more often, I'll probably get better activity. But I just have not been consistent, and one thing that they definitely like is consistency. If I made it a point of every Tuesday and Thursday being out here, then Tuesdays and Thursdays we'd have the most activity if it became a habit to do it. But I never know what nights I'm working and I'm not here, so I can't do that. I can't make any plans. So the best thing I can do is go live whenever I'm able to get them used to me sitting out here with a camera. And they will eventually. I mean, they've like I said, even on the You're still getting a static? My air conditioner just shut off. Sorry. At least I didn't whistle. Mike would say, warn me. I don't know what the buzz would be. There's absolutely nothing running right now. I can hear a dog way off in the distance. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, you can actually get a buzz noise from I have one of those, like kind of like dishes, and it's a direct line of sight from my internet. And when it's humid like this out here, I do hear a buzz from it. Yeah. Yeah, it could be a few things, I imagine. But it's not the first time someone said they've heard it. Now, have any of y'all that have had activity or encounters, any of you all been zapped? See, I hear the talking again. Yeah. See, right there. That's talking. My air conditioner just went on. Dang it. Yeah. Well, I can't hear what you guys are hearing anyway, so it don't matter. Maybe I should go back once in a while and listen to my own live chats. Maybe they'll figure something out. See, hear the talking in between? That is just really freaky. I wonder if that was my stomach. I'm wondering if they're talking to the owls. Yep. Boy, that's strange. Maybe, just maybe, and I'm just, being silly. Maybe the big guys, the younger ones, are trying to imitate the owls. Maybe that's what we're hearing. Oh, I wish you guys could hear this stuff. You almost have to be here to hear it. I mean, it is. And then if you have a parabolic mic or you have really good earbuds where you can listen to it, I mean, it's so loud to me here. Right, Texas, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. In between the owls is when they're making their noise. It's that when I hear the talking is in between the owl. Animal mutations in West Virginia? What, just recently? Probably mutilations. Well, you could have animals mutating too, but I think it meant mutations or mutilations. Now you got me doing it. Stop. Quit. Trying to figure out what I'm hearing. Oh, I can't wait for the camp out. I am so excited, guys. I mean, seriously, I can't wait. We are going to have fun. You know, when Deb was here, or the Sisters of the Moon, when those guys were here, they put up Christmas lights all around their tents. I mean, it was really bright. And this was recent, Mitchell? Yotes. See, there's something else that should change too, if you guys notice. The coyotes aren't coming as close now as they were before. Uh-uh. Why are you crowing, crazy rooster? That's my little Banny. He's nuts. Go to bed. Oh gosh, here we go. I guess it's time for me to get off the live chat, because here goes all the noise. It's morning time, I guess. All right, guys, I'll go ahead and say goodnight, and I think I'll probably be back tomorrow. It depends. Yeah, I know, he's crazy. We're getting rid of him. One of the nurses that comes here, she's gonna take the Banny, so hopefully we'll get a regular rooster and we get some viable eggs. This little thing makes me crazy. I laugh so hard. He tries really hard, but, you know, he can't even fly on top of them. It's just hysterical to watch. He slides right off of them. Oh, that would be a video, wouldn't it? Anyways, yeah, it's morning, so I'm going to go ahead and try to get some sleep. And thank you all for coming and joining me on the live chat. I hope you can get a couple hours sleep. I also hope you have a very blessed day. Don't forget your prayers. God bless y'all, and I guess I'll talk to you soon. Okay, I'll do that. Definitely I'll do that. I want to go to the big thicket. I've been wanting to go there for a while. Like I said, it's going to take me a little while to get caught up here, but once I do, I'm back on the road to going to some of these places, because there's a lot of research to do. Well, there's a lot of investigations to do out here, so, and I'm not able to do what I'm being trained to do, so I got to get out there. Anyways, good night again. Thank you guys. Love you much. God bless. Bye. Ooh, be careful, Mitchell, but yeah, let us know. Good night, all.